Hi friends, and welcome to another edition of Meet Me at the 313 Grill and Kitchen. It is a lovely but chilly Saturday evening. We're back to making some basic dinners and things that will sound good to you and your household. So as I recall mentioning a little bit about over a month, 2 months ago, our church came out with the 150th anniversary cookbook. And so, as I said before, we want to try some different things out of the church cookbook, and I do have a request from a viewer that they wanted to know if we ever tried any true and delicious casseroles. So tonight we're going to try a chicken and rice casserole, which is a recipe that is in our church's cookbook. I'm not going to say who made the recipe, so we're going to go ahead and I'll tell you what this recipe is going to be. You're going to need, and we're going to do this, but I'm going to read the recipe to you. You're going to need 6 chicken breasts cut up in half, 1 cup of uncooked rice, 1 can of mushroom soup, 1 can of onion soup, and to substitute, because I cannot find regular onion soup, I'm going to use cream of onion soup tonight. 1 cup of hot water and a half a stick of butter. So we're going to do this, and I hope that you join along on the ride. So the first thing that you want to do is turn your oven on to 350, and we've turned the oven on to 350. So now we are going to cut up the chicken. And of course, you always want a cutting board. Now the first things first, you ask for a cup of rice, and we're going to pour that and line that up, because what you're going to do with the chicken is we're going to place the cut up chicken over the rice. And it's got to be a cup of uncooked rice. So we're going to kind of spread that out evenly. So now we're going to cut up our chicken breast. Then you can buy any pack. This is what our local Aldi had. And we're going to cut them up in half. And half you want to do is you want to take it down about like that. And we are going to, I don't know if you could see that or not, try to do it that way. So take your chicken, we're just kind of going down the line with it. Hope everybody's having a nice weekend. We are getting some rather but chilly weather here on the East Coast, and it's supposed to be upcoming this week, going to be extremely chilly. So I'm going to actually we got 2 more breasts. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut these up. We might have enough to do one, but we will see how this goes. Oh, I need 5, that'd be perfect right there. So we'll do that then. And always after handling raw chicken, you wash your hands to not get anybody contaminated raw meat. Now the next thing we are going to do is we're going to combine our soups. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to put them on in. We'll take our cream of mushroom soup, and while we combine our soups, we're going to heat up 1 cup of water, and you can actually set this for about 2 minutes in the microwave, anywhere from 1.5 to 2 minutes. This will help cook the rice too, what I'm assuming. So we're going to take our mushroom soup. Now, of course, you can use any kind of soup with this dish. It does not have to be exactly cream of mushroom soup. You can use cream of chicken or cream of celery. Then we're going to take our onion soup. And here, basically, we're going to lay everything to the top. I'm going to take a little spoon and kind of smother the chicken a little bit. Give it, kind of cover all what we're going to do. And this hot water coming up and And then we're going to put, just like that. You see our water, it's not quite there yet. So what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to take this half stick of butter. And when the hot water's done, I am going to we'll pour this over the chicken, and then we're going to hit the stick of butter. We're getting close on that. Let's checking the water. Put on the cut you have, it may take a little extra time. We're going to add an extra 30 seconds because we want it nice and hot. Alright, we got boiling water, so we'll be fine with that. Alright, we're going to pour your boiling water over the mixture. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to heat this up. I'm going to just melt it a little bit, and then we're going to pour it over the top. I think we're pretty good for that now. Let's give it about another 10 seconds on that. Alright, that's pretty good. So now we're going to pour that over the chicken, the half a stick of butter, and I went ahead and melted it. And give it a nice little crisp. So I'm just going to kind of stir this around a little bit to blend some of these flavors that we have. We want to try to cover up the chicken as much as we can. There we go. I am going to add just a hint of pepper. It didn't say salt and pepper, but I'm going to add just a hint of pepper to give it a little bit of flavor. Just give it just a hair spice. You don't want to go too much with it. Just enough. There. We'll add that. Alright. So now the next part of the recipe is what we're going to do is we're going to cover it. We're going to bake it for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes is up, we will bake it uncover for the remaining 30 minutes. Alright. Alright, so we're going to place this at the oven. Typically we're going to let it cook for an hour, but we're going to cook it for 30 minutes, and then we will give it another little stir. Alright. Let's see, I got my timer right. So we're going to do a timer of... Alright, in addition to tonight's supper, we are going to do some green beans and some easy potatoes. So we'll be back in a little bit. Stay tuned, there's more to come. Okay folks, it's been our 30-minute check mark, so we're going to take a pause. And we are going to check our casserole, and we're going to give it a little stir. Now, watch out, Avery. We're showing these. Watch out. We're going to put it right here. We're going to see how things are coming along.
Wait, Silver. Hey, folks, sit down. I want to pokey poopy, folks.
Watch out, it's hot. All right. Chicken's still a little, so what we're going to do to speed it up.
I'll poopy this.
Let me take a fork.
Oh, I
We got to give it a little stir.
Oh, dog.
Pardon me, folks. Go on. That's enough. All right, so I went on ahead and sliced up the chicken a little bit. And we stirred it up a little bit. And I'm sorry for the interruption, folks, as my daughter was wanting to be the star of the show. So, I'm going to put this in here, and we're going to Might need to go a little bit more than what the time is saying on it, so we're going to keep our eye on it. In a few minutes, we'll do some green beans. Alright folks, I apologize for that little interruption. We had to cut that scene out as my daughter was screaming for some chocolate milk. Terrible threes. But got an update on the chicken. We did slice it up additional halves so it can cook a little faster. It's uncovered, stirred it. Now it's cooking nice and smoothly. And now we're going to start our green beans. So I have a very little simple trick of doing green beans. Is, of course, you can get whatever bag of green beans that may persuade you or have you cook green beans, but we picked up a pretty big, decent bag of some organic green beans from Costco last week, so we're going to cook some of them. So, we're going to add our green beans, and then we're going to mainly use some water. That back up in the freezer. Green beans are always enjoyable for the entire family. So I'm going to put a little bit of water. We're going to cover some water in them. They can cook. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we're going to add a little bit of seasoning to it. Just put a little bit out of my seasoning jar. We don't want to go overboard with it. And we're going to put a little salt. Put some pepper. And to give it an extra flavor, we'll spice jar here. We'll fix that later. And to give it a little extra flavor, I'm going to add just a hint of sugar. I won't do too much. My wife's grandmother taught me how to add sugar to some vegetables sometimes, so we're going to add a little bit, and that'll do it. You don't want to add too much. Go ahead and get that cooking. Get me a spoon, and we're going to stir this up evenly. So now our green beans are cooking. And let's have another look at the chicken while it's nice and quiet. Coming along just nicely. So we'll be back. Alright folks, here is our final result of our chicken rice casserole and green beans and mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. It looks like a really delicious meal, so let's find out on this first time ever chicken and casserole. How do we do? And looks like somebody's ready to eat too. Let's see what let's give it a try. Now I will tell you, I did have to cook the chicken a little extra because it was not done, so we cooked an extra 15 to 20 minutes. So it depends on how much of the chicken that you do cut up, your cooking time will vary. Not bad. You want the chicken to be nice and tender so it can pull apart easy. That's the fastest way to cook chicken. Try some of this rice mixture too right here. That's good. Now let's try our green beans. I'll give that a thumbs up. So any chicken and rice. If you like the recipe, let me know. This was a courtesy recipe that was out of our church's 150th anniversary cookbook. So there you go, a nice warm meal on a nice cold night. Again, my name is Patrick. This has been another edition of Meet Me at the 313 Grill and Kitchen. So we'll see you next time. Have a good one, and God bless.